From wild spinner dolphins to sacred eels. Fantastic volcanic peaks to turquoise lagoons. Every island in French Polynesia has its own story, its own personality. Join me as we explore 4 unforgettable excursions from our Windstar cruise through Tahiti's most beautiful islands. Well, our first stop was Moorea, a lush, mountainous island that looks almost too perfect to be real. We joined Dr. Michael Poole's Dolphin Eco Tour, a 3-hour adventure studying wild spinner dolphins. Dr. Poole told us they find dolphins on these tours about 95% of the time. So, of course, we started to worry we might be that unlucky 5%. We circled the island, passing surfers riding waves near the reef, until finally,
I saw one, just there.
There they were, a pod of spinner dolphins cutting through the waves. It was so much fun to see.
Coming towards
Here
us.
it is.
There's the shark bite right there. Look at it. See?
Behind the fin.
That's
Oh,
recent.
yeah, I
that's,
see it.
That's when the last 72 hours.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah. It's a shark called the cookie cutter shark.
Yeah, makes
I'm
sense.
in Hawaii too. It doesn't kill anything, just pops out a perfectly round piece of flesh. It's only half a meter long, 20 inches long maximum. It attacks tuna of all sizes, dolphins
Way
of all
over
sizes,
there, too.
whales of all sizes, and even military submarines.
Really?
Military submarines, 2 to 3 football field lengths long. It attacks them and rips off a piece of plastic and rubber from the hull of the ship. Completely fearless, this little animal, as long as your forearm. We leave in a few minutes. We have a long ways to go back.
On the way back, our captain really opened up the throttle to make up time. So if you're prone to seasickness, brace yourself. Still, it was all part of the adventure. And as we returned to the dock, the sound of island music greeted us. And we were amazed because the dock was right next to the hotel where our Tahiti adventure had begun a few days earlier. Our next daily excursion was to Raiatea, and it is the sacred heart of Polynesia. And we were doing a river trip. We joined our guide Tahiti for a relaxing 3-hour river cruise and Motu visit. His traditional tattoos covering most of his body told us as many stories as his words. So he explained how the Faaroa River gives life to the island's people. It gives them sustenance through plants, fish, and other island creatures. And we ended up spotting birds of paradise, wild pigs, and even giant crabs along the riverbank. Tahiti began a chant. His voice echoing. It was a moment that felt sacred. Later we stopped at a small Motu, a tiny island ringed by a lagoon. And I saw sprouting coconuts, sign of life, and then what I called the coconut graveyard. And the gusty tropical wind really gave it a raw, natural beauty. Wading through the sea as the dark clouds rolled in and the scent of flowers filled the air. It was nature's way of saying it was time to head back. From serenity to adrenaline, our next stop was Bora Bora, the jewel of French Polynesia. My husband did not accompany me on this trip. He just wasn't feeling good. So I joined a 3-hour lagoon tour in Bora Bora, and this excursion promised sharks, stingrays, and a whole lot of fun.
We will be your guide.
And then one of the crew made the sign of the cross, sending the boat into laughter. As the crew played guitars and sang Polynesian songs, we glided past luxury overwater bungalows, some going for up to $3,000 a night. I mean, can you imagine that? Soon we stopped to wade with black-tipped reef sharks circling gracefully around us. They were close enough to thrill, but calm and non-threatening. We couldn't pet the sharks, but we could pet the stingrays, and their skin felt like pimply pleather to me. Now, I didn't risk my camera in the water, but at that moment, surrounded by sharks, rays, and pure turquoise beauty, it is one I will never forget. As we headed back, the cruise songs echoed over the lagoon, and I thought, this is what paradise feels like. Well, our final island stop was Huahine. It's a smaller, quieter, and in many ways the most authentic island we visited. Our 4-hour safari on Huahine took us deep into island life. Our guide began by saying, we may be poor by money standards, but we're rich. The island gives us everything we need. Fruit, wild chickens, fish, and even medicine from plants, their own botanical pharmacy. We met the sacred blue-eyed eels, believed to embody ancestral spirits and symbolize prosperity and happiness, and we watched as our guide fed them canned mackerel. I was amazed at how large they were. We then took a short outrigger canoe ride across the lagoon to a pearl and ceramic workshop. There, our guide explained how cultured pearls are grown inside oysters.
Is to understand how we get the pearls. And in French Polynesia, we have more cultured pearl. Because we found one natural pearl, we had to open 15,000 oysters. It's a lot. We have to be lucky. And the natural pearl still exists when a piece of sand still right here, just here, but for a long time. It's like a self-defense from the oysters, so they create the shell around.
Then our guide also explained how Huahine pottery is unique. The glazes come from mineral deposits found 90 feet below the lagoon floor when they're pearl farming. So this was a perfect blend of science and artistry. Later, we stopped at a small vanilla farm, and the guide explained that every blossom must be hand-pollinated because that tiny bee that naturally pollinates vanilla in Mexico, well, it doesn't exist here in French Polynesia. It's a slow, meticulous process, but it's what makes Tahitian vanilla so prized around the world. Then came the Temple Museum, where we moved our shoes to respectfully explore artifacts and carvings that preserves Huahine's ancient culture. And at another stop, we saw an ingenious stone fish trap. It was a maze built centuries ago, built with V-shaped stone walls to catch fish as the tide ebbs. Still being used today, it's practical, sustainable, and impressive. And our tour ended in the island's small main town, just as the rain began to gently fall. A quiet, peaceful close to an unforgettable journey. From Moorea's playful dolphins to Huahine's sacred eels, every island offered something different: beauty, culture, and connection. You know, French Polynesia, it isn't just a destination. It's an experience that will stay with you long after you've sailed away. I hope you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and join me on more of our island adventures. Remember, adventure awaits.